Megan, Melissa, you are both college students, which leads me to believe that you both completed high school, so I imagine you're both familiar with the two questions that everybody asks. Where are you going to college, and what are you going to do for the rest of your life? Now, the latter of those two questions, you guys probably still hear an awful lot. Maybe your minds have changed a couple times. 80% of all college students change their major at least once. It's an important decision. Your career is what you'll spend probably the next 30 to 40 years of your life doing. I believe it's one of the foremost ways in which we're able to positively impact the world. Depending on what you do, you'll either have enough money to support yourself or you won't. It's an important enough question. Also, not an especially new one. All of us since probably around preschool and right up until we actually get a job are asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? My Uncle Pete used to tell us that when he grew up, he wanted to be a hot shower, and later on revised that to a lukewarm shower because he didn't want to give people hypertension. It's an important question, and the answer to it changes a lot, and that's what this video is about, a reflection on what my answer has been. The first of which is a story that I heard about myself. I went to my grandma's house, and I said, Grandma, what do you think I should be when I grow up? And she told me, well, Scotty, you can be either a doctor or the president of the United States. And I said to her, Grandma, how about a chef? Would that be okay? And she said, you know what? Yeah, that'd be okay. And I'm led to believe that my wanting to do this probably came more from my passion for eating food rather than preparing it, seeing as today, all of my food prep goes through the pattern of getting the food from the freezer and applying heat. A little bit later on in life, I was at Grandma's again. It was a family gathering, so there were a lot of people there. And I don't really know if it's a profession, but I know that I really want to fly a spaceship. Side note, you know how sometimes we say unwittingly off-color things, and then the people in our life don't let us forget it? Well, this is an incident of this because while I was talking about wanting to be a spaceship pilot, I told my grandma that I would take her with me and drop her off at heaven on the way back through. I also distinctly remember pretending to pilot said spaceship following, and my uncles kept telling me I was hitting asteroids and that I was a bad pilot, and that was hurtful. In, I think, third grade, I read Goosebumps' Deep Trouble, and I decided that it was my life's calling to be a marine biologist. Not because I was interested in the science, but because I like dolphins. Come around 7th grade, I was really digging my guitar lessons, and I wanted to be a rock star. As that year drew to a close, I realized that I wanted to have money, and I valued job security. So after hearing that they make up to $300,000 a year, I decided that I wanted to be a nuclear engineer. I realized that I didn't have any particular passion for nuclear physics. So in 8th grade, I decided that I wanted to be an aerospace engineer. I figured this was kind of like meant to be because the Malloy family has a history with aerospace. My great-grandfather worked for Orville Wright. Another member on my father's side invented the tailhooks that they used to land planes on aircraft carriers. My paternal grandfather worked on the hydraulics for Boeing, the airliner, and my Uncle Pete flies a plane and gives pilot lessons. So yeah, I really thought that this was meant to be. I went to a biotechnology conference at American University outside of Washington, D.C. And I took microbiology and biotechnology, and so that's where I'm at right now. I want to go into research for synthetic and systems biology. I want to be researching as bacteria are designed to produce specific proteins that are useful to people, and crops are engineered to be able to grow in saltier environments, and it is understood how to correct and treat genetic diseases, and much, much more. I also really like the whole doctor idea. Some schools do MD, PhD programs, so you can sort of do both. That's also something I'm considering. So that's where I'm at right now. I hope you both have a fantastic week, and all the best.